any Laurel and Hardy short film. Particularly, there was a film in that I used to watch when I was a kid. I used to play them on TV, BBC Two in the 70s and 80s. It was called Toad in a Hole. Toad as in T-O-W-E-D, and it's the story of Morecambe and Wise, Laurel and Hardy, who buy a boat. They want to catch fish and cut out the middleman, so they catch their own fish and sell the fish and make the money. So they buy a boat and they have to renovate the boat. It's basically the story of how they destroy a boat. It's very funny. And years later, my mum and I were watching this film. I put it on for her on video. She told you how long ago it is. And we sat together on a sofa, felt like this. And she was watching the film and I was watching the film. And she started to laugh. And then I was watching her watching the film as these two idiots destroyed this boat. And it's one of the most wonderful kind of childhood experiences that I had, and that I remember sharing it with my mum, because I was laughing more at my mum than I was at the film. And it resonates with me because it's innocent and it's slapstick and it's pure and it's timeless. So that's number one, anything by Laurel and Hardy really. And then a completely different film would be The Wild Bunch, which is the story of men who are out of time, and they're anachronisms, they're Western bad guys, they're killers, and it's what happens when killers go to Mexico. And at the end of the film they go after a member of their team who's been captured by the bad guy, and there are 4 of them, and they take on a fort, an entire fort full of Mexican troops, and it's a suicide mission. They know they're going to die, but they have to do it because their friend is in there. And I can feel it now. There's something about the end of that film when they're gone, and you miss them. You miss them because it's about loyalty. It's a film about friendship, and I remember watching it on the movies about 10 years ago. There was a print of it that came out to a film festival in Bradford where I was working, and I came out of it almost in tears. I was barely able to speak, and the guy who was programming the festival said, what's wrong, and I, like this, because it doesn't matter what bad things they've done. At the end they come together for their friend, and they give the only thing that they can give, which is their lives. It's remarkably powerful. It's the best thing Sam Peckinpah ever did. And if you boil the movie down to moments, the end of the film is the most powerful. You've got this 10-minute, 12-minute visceral sequence of gunplay with these men dying horribly, but they're doing it for their pal. And I think that's utterly remarkable. And the final one really is the film that made me interested in movies. It's Star Wars. I was 11, I was a Star Wars kid. I hadn't seen a film like that in my life, and the only time I've ever witnessed or seen anything like that feeling again was when I saw the first Lord of the Rings film. And when that finished and the hobbits are sailing across the river and the director's credit comes up, I just went, oh God, I can't possibly wait for the next one. And it was like being a child again. It was like seeing the wonder of Star Wars for the first time and just going, wow. And the wow factor is missing from movies. It very rarely happens anymore. And when it does, you remember where you were, who you were with. And those 3 films resonate for me. I didn't watch the Laurel and Hardy film in a cinema. I watched it on the sofa with my mum. My mum's gone now, so it makes me think of her. Wild Bunch, it's about friendship. Star Wars, it's about being a child.